All right, thank you, Emily. Governor Ivey spent part of this morning touring the devastation left behind by a tornado that tore through parts of Jefferson County Monday night. From Fultondale to Center Point, the area just north of Birmingham, some homes no longer recognizable, reduced to piles of debris. The tornado killed a 14-year-old boy and injured more than 24 others.
The people of Alabama are praying for y'all this morning, and we are here as a sign of our commitment to your recovery. At this time, we are aware of one fatality that resulted from this storm, and I deeply express my deep condolences to Elliot Hernandez's family and loved ones.
Fultondale is no stranger to tornadoes. An EF4 ripped across the same region in 2011, killing 65 people and injuring 1,500. Governor Ivey also shared that President Biden called her today to check in on the tornado recovery efforts.